unless you count this. I've never roasted coffee before. I've definitely never operated a roasting machine of any kind. Roast was kind enough to trust me with the chance to learn on one of their best machines, the Ultra. Thanks for the trust, Roast.
I don't remember who I am. I forgot who you were. In the chaos, this is where I stand. This is where I stand.
We're doing it!
I'll go out, I'll sit surrounded by the places that I've chosen to drink with, running from the darkness of the edge.
Made with love in Norway, assembled by Rickard. I love how this goes right on top. These look like heavy. It's such like precision crafted metal. It's getting my fingerprints all over it. It's interesting, it doesn't smell like factory, it kind of smells like Norway. Cooling tray. So, there's two of them. Don't need this here anymore. I'm not sure where exactly I'm going to set it up. More parts inside. Oh, here. Parts inside. Chaff tray. Quality a roast sticker. Got a proximity sensor for something. And lastly, we have an extra heating element. And what's this? Oh, it's an antenna. I assume the antenna goes here. It's the only place it fits. I'm gonna have to figure out my power management system here. I have to figure out which outlets in here are not connected to the same circuit, because both AirWave and the machine have to be on separate circuits. And I'm gonna really nice. So now we've got this perfect setup here. Okay, so we've got way too long of an extension cord, and then we've got two power strips that have the right amount of amperage in their cables, but I can only plug one thing into it. The other one. Oh wait, I can't plug it. Well, I guess we're going to end up using the whole thing after all. So now we've got the cables issue, but not too shabby. It's turning. Cool, I don't know what I'm doing. I started everything. Hold on, no server connection. Okay, bean temperature 226. Well, obviously that's not right. We don't have any beans in there. Fan percentage when idle. Okay. Set the elevation of your roaster. What better way to check my elevation than use the device that measures your elevation? 250 meters. Okay, so we've got a list of profiles here. Now keep in mind here, I don't really know what I'm doing. So let's look for China. Whoa! Okay, so our temperature is going up to 203 Celsius. What temp high ferment from Yunnan? It says try around 195 to 205. Alright, so I'm going to do exactly this. Add to my profiles. View profile. Preheat temp is 175. Alright, assign to machine. 0 free slots, you're trying to assign one profile. I'm going to go with Tim Wallaby Kenya. Okay, so AirWave has this guy on here with the chaff collector and everything. So we ain't getting no chaff through here because the roast machine's going to do part of the work, probably most of the work in terms of chaff collection. So in the end, I'm going to imagine we will not have much chaff to deal with. Declamp and lock it in tight. This is not going to fit directly here. So I'm going to need Alright, I'm going to have to redo that. Definitely changing my display to dark mode. Temperature, Celsius, we'll keep that. First crack detection, let's go, yeah, let's do that. Threshold, I have no idea, so I'm going to leave it. Trigger count, 5 sounds good. Sensitivity, 70%. I'll just keep theirs. Okay, so these are the beans. Now, before we finally do our roast, we are preheated to 174.9 degrees, or 175. We got to test our beans with Omics, and then I think we're ready to go. Today we're going to be roasting. Yeah, comes from Pu'er, China. It's a single origin. It is 1,400 meters. Catamore, high ferment natural process with notes of juniper berry, citrus, and dark chocolate. Trick is to overfill by a lot so that you fill in all the potential gaps. Now we don't want to press anything down, but we want to scrape off all of the excess bean. In case we missed a couple, I want to make sure there's a bean in that corner. You want to make sure that your sample is filled very cleanly so that it's as repeatable as possible. And then we'll pop it in and we will give everything a test. Test our water activity. 9% moisture, 821.3 grams per liter. Our volume's 168 millimeters cubed for a screen size of 16 to 18. 152.9 grams. So back over here, batch weight 152.9. 153, okay. This is all good, but I don't actually know what the difference is between this knob and pulling here. I guess this is for dropping and this is for charging, but this one would make the beans drop also, so I'm gonna insert the little top guy, this one here, put it here. I'm gonna put my beans in. Whoop, I lost one. I can't lose one. Gotta be the right weight. And then I'm just gonna guess and see what happens. Are we ready? Let's try it. Okay, well clearly that was something. The thing I don't know, is it just gonna handle everything for me? It must. Okay, let me get AirWave ready here. Because we don't need it yet, but let's change filter level to fan only. We don't need that idle thing. Alright, we're at 40 seconds. See, what I don't know is, I have no idea if this thing is going to drop automatically, or if I need to do something. Previous event was the turning point. So basically, it's just going to do everything for me, and we just got to hope that it works correctly. I don't know at what point. I think it's going to mark automatically on here, or on there, when the smoke stage is coming, because it's going to be I guess I'll start hearing some cracks. Fan speed on here is 75%. Alright, I'm gonna turn this guy on to normal filtration. So the inlet on AirWave here is only 40. I had a feeling that was going to happen. We killed the whole power. So we've ruined this roast. That sucks. Okay, first batch ruined. Alright, turn that back off. That didn't work. Alright, come over here, let's see. No, they're on. So what did it flip? Let's try again. Okay, apparently everything was plugged into the same breaker. I didn't know that everything in this room and in all the nearby rooms were all connected to the same power source. Okay, display dark mode. Okay, so here's my my batch of cut off in the middle. It's still hot because it never had a chance to cool down. And they're not roasted yet. But they sure smell good. Looks like some of the beans got burnt because of my power outage problem. Alright, before we go again, I am going to turn AirWave back on and see if we get the same problem. Can it handle the power? AirWave is now plugged in. There. Just to be on a different circuit. So let's try this again. Let's add our mix. We are at heat on our machine. Okay, now that I know this works though, we do not need to waste energy right now, so I'm gonna change this to fan only until we are ready. So our results. 9.1% moisture, 808.9 grams per liter in bulk density, 235 millimeters cubed in volume, 18 to 20 screen size, 0.487 in our water activity, and 150.6 is our dose size. Dump in our beans. Cool. And then profile has been shared with you and cannot be modified. To change it, save a new copy. Okay, save as new. And we're gonna call it Puar Lima. Batch size is 150.6. So yeah, 151. So we're gonna leave the rest as it is. We're gonna click update profile. And then I'm gonna assign to machine and replace this one. Assign to machine. Then we're gonna go up here to our profiles. We're gonna sync. Figuring this out pretty quickly. Puar Baima, we're good. And are we ready to roast? I think we are. So we're gonna change, that'll stay at fan only for now, but we're still running, we're good. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah. change this to live. Cool. Cool. Bean temp is at 98, 99, 100. Ah, okay, so we can see our trajectory here. Is that what the red bar is? Predicted bean temp? Yeah. So we see our predicted bean temp, and so it's predicting along the line. That's pretty awesome. Alright, probably time to turn our fan to filtration, normal filtration. Alright, I think the temperature is only 45 degrees here. Alright, our yellowing stage is passed. We've got the mark here, it automatically marked yellowing. And our catalyst is at 255. Goes there. The air coming out is cool enough that I can put my hand like almost right up to it, but it starts to heat up. It's not like super mega hot, but it's not cold. We're at 7 minutes 15 seconds. I think our total roast time is 9 minutes something. Let me see. 9 minutes 32 seconds is what we're shooting for. Now, the thing I don't know right now, I've never used this machine before, and I have no idea if I have to drop it manually or if it's just gonna drop automatically once it reaches the end here. And since I have no idea, I'm gonna be ready for it, but I'm not gonna do anything. And then if we get to like 9 minutes and 35 seconds, then I'll do it manually and see how it goes. But something tells me it's gonna be automatic. I have not figured out what this knob does yet. We'll figure that out later. So this is batch number 8. Batch number 7 was screwed up, so they must have done 6 test batches to make sure the machine was okay before they shipped it. Alright, we're at 824, we're getting real close. I'm not hearing any cracks. The bean temperature is at 202. We're at 8:59. We got 30 more seconds. I didn't hear any cracks. Yeah, neither did the machine. Whoa! 1. I heard that. Alright, we're getting some cracks. So essentially, I guess we're getting cracks and then immediately dropping it. Okay, it doesn't do it automatically, so guess I gotta do it. Cool! We got 2 cracks. So either this coffee needs to be roasted more, or that's right, I'm not really sure. So now it's cooling down. Oh, I can probably... Yeah. Man, that cooled fast. BT reverse, I don't know what that means. It's going up though. Oh, because it's reheating the drum. It only heard 2 first cracks. Okay, so I assume this means this is done. That looks pretty good. What do you guys think? That looks pretty good. Okay, the next thing we gotta do, the next and last thing we gotta do, we gotta test our results. I don't need AirWave on right now. Let's try Omni. Fill the Omni tray here. An 81.6 extra light range. Alright, Not too bad for a first roast, I would say. Perfect. Alright, let's see how this one compares to the last one. 8.9% moisture, so this is 0.2 different. I don't know what to expect from like green coffee. This is the only green coffee I've ever actually properly roasted and tested and everything, so I don't really know. We're gonna have to learn over time. Alright, we're at 0.488 water activity. I lost 2 beans. Put you on fan only, and we're gonna turn you on, and air temperature is right. Go. Put this guy back in, and we're off to the races. Alright, I'm gonna switch it to normal. This time we'll give it a quick test with the coffee meter as well, so you can get an idea of the difference between them. Going for 208 degrees. We're at 205.7. Okay. 207. 208. I actually wanted it to go for a little bit longer, but that didn't work out. That's okay. Still hot. Sweet. I think later I'm going to try and really increase the drum speed, but and it cools down pretty quickly. I see, it draws air in through here. That was why I thought this was for charging beans. Because if I was to do that, they would go in and then come out the other side. They are quite a bit darker than last time. I increased the temperature by 5 degrees. And that's how much color difference there is. So now let's move on over to the testing station. Omni and cough meter. Now keep in mind we can still see like not every bean is exactly the same color. There is some variance. It's quite even, especially to the naked eye. That looks fantastic. But as the machines are definitely going to tell us, there is some variation in there. And so the results between 2 different samples are not going to be exactly the same, especially because maybe one side of the bean is different than the other, but our goal here is to get kind of an idea of where the coffee is and how the distribution is across the sample. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll also do this one. Yeah, here's a good example, like this bean and this bean, not quite the same color. But when they're mixed in together, they look almost exactly the same. So, that's why the difference between a color meter like Cough Meter A1 and eFluid Omni. Because now I can pop this guy on top and we'll press test, 70.8, and then Omni says 74.6. So yeah, samples are different, but yeah, you can see 70.8 is the only piece of information that we have here. So it does give me a good idea of just how roasted this coffee is. I can probably do 2 or 3 samples and get an average, and then average them, and I'll use that as my final number. But what Omni does is give you this whole distribution. So you can see most of it is in this range right here, and it's not anywhere near over here and not anywhere near over here. And you can see it in this form too. So definitely some differing ranges around here. Most of it is in these 2 ranges here though, the extra light, very light, and light. And then there's a little bit of medium light, a little bit of medium, a little bit of medium dark, and a little bit of very dark. Now again, something to note, that's not a criticism of the machine. Things just aren't perfect in real life. To try to get every bean to roast exactly the same way is pretty much not going to happen. Unless you have some kind of way of targeting specific beans, because they're just all different. As you can see, I went from I've literally never roasted before to okay, I understand how to use the machine. I have tons to learn still, but it's going to be a fun project.